Let's test the sound. Let me grab the URL. Cannot hear anything. Let's test the sound. I can grab the URL. Here we go. And I'll paste it in. Where's my Discord? This is the Discord, and in here. And yeah, let me find Patreon as well. Link it there as well, in case someone is using that. Livestream 76 as a tag on our 76th livestream that I pasted in or linked at least in the Patreon. So let's get right into it. Quite a lot has happened, and let's go through the indices first. So if you have followed the markets at all, we had rate cuts, or the Fed meetings, and we had a dump. So we have to be adjusting whatever we got anyway wise here. So daily time frame, this was super bullish the way we labeled this on Dow. I don't really think this is really logical. I think I've said that before as well. I think something more like this S&P 500 chart is more realistic, and this is pretty much how we've been following at the moment. We've been in this similar channel for quite a long time. We can even pull just this basic channel like fibs here, or not fibs, but just channels here, and we can see that we are going up in a channel. We chop back down, we find support in some kind of previous area of interest here. We got back into this previous lows, and here we got back into like previous tops, and you get the point. That happens all the time. Now this last drop, what we did is we took out liquidity from a previous low. With this drop, we found a low, we got a move up. This doesn't mean that this is now the bottom. This can easily be an ABC structure here, but there is also a chance, where this is something new, where we would have some kind of diagonal here into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, creating a 5-wave structure here, which would be either, again, the start of something, if this indeed is a fifth of something. If this has ended a larger structure, this could be the start of something new to the downside. Now, as this is a 5-wave structure, or it looks like it could be, there is very much of a chance where we are going to be getting a continuation. What that means is that since we have this here, we can be labeling this as 5 here. We could be looking for B and C. The bearish scenario is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. When are we going to be seeing how that happens is just by looking at the structure. Now, let's go through these scenarios before this one. So how did we end up here? Now, there's a couple of ways. We had an impulsive structure here, which we wanted to long. I did long. I think it was on, let's see, was it on NASDAQ? Not NASDAQ. Was it NASDAQ? I already got out of that trade. I would need to check up on that. But I remember we were talking about on one of the live streams that this push up, when we came down, I would like to take a long. Oh yeah, I remember this not on ES. I didn't want to take because that looked like 5, but I never was a 5 according to this, because We already took the high, and there's no previous structure to it where we could be connecting this. This is too ugly to me, because this is impulsive in my opinion. But regardless of that, we have a potential 5 wave here, and that can always be either a start of something or the end of something. So the start of something is how I've depicted this here, where it's an ABC down or a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The end, how could this be an end of something, is by creating a ABC structure here, like so, ABC, right? So that's the bullish scenario. Why it's bullish is because, again, we came back to a previous consolidation area, we found support, and we could be going up. Elliott wave wise, we could still have this as a wave 1, 2, or a bit less bullishly, this would be an A, B. But based on the previous structures, I think it could be either a wave 4 of something. We could even have like a diagonal of some sort going up. These have shifted again. But yeah, but if you want to be playing the local structures, you have to know what these previous structures could be part of. So that's why I wanted to go over that. Now, if this is an ABC like so, and we are still expecting a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, we could be expecting one more low, where this wave 1 or wave A would not be in yet, right? If we take out this low, again, we have quite a few breakpoints here. So let's go through those. One is this low. If we take out this low, this means that this is not a start of something new, but instead it's most likely an ABC like so, right? If we come back up here, we can confirm that whatever structure is here, it's not a wave 4 anymore. So we have 2 areas of interest here and here, right? If we go past this, it looks like it's bullish. If we break this, most likely bearish for a bit. If again we create a one more low here, we would be creating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we can take a look at it again if we are going to be looking to create a wave 2 or wave B. But for now, these 2 are the main areas of interest. Let's take a look at these here. The volume wise, where we found support was previous areas of consolidation here. We have loads of volume. We had a POC, weekly, daily, monthly, all of that stacked below us. Above us, we have still quite a lot of volume. We have weeklies, dailies, and again, but in the middle, there's no volume. So I think these are going to be, well, going through quite fast. We also had this, where we could be finding support now. There's some couple old dailies that we have gone through already, but not close through. So that's why they're on the chart. But what I think at the moment I might want to be playing is this wave 2 potential. If we come back low enough, we could be looking for this kind of trade, and this would have to go a bit higher, somewhere into these resistances. Somewhere in here, somewhere into these where we find more volume, because these are where we should be taking profits. So if price comes back here, we could be looking for longs and take profits up in here. Decent risk to reward ratio, 2 to 1. That's the minimum we want to be taking. Then the other scenario is that if we just crash through here, we could be just pivoting up here after taking the liquidity, right? So one trade here for the longs, we can just leave that in here just to remind ourselves, something like this. And the other trade also for short side, would be where we are thinking that this whole 5-wave structure is bearish, where it would be the start of something, and we'd be doing something like this. We could be coming a bit lower. There's not really much structure here. There's the weekly VWAP here. Might be getting back into this volume. But these are the areas I would be looking for trades on ES next week's start. So long, take profit, and short, and we'll see which one of is going to be playing out. And of course, this is not a full stop; it's TP1, right? And then we don't really care which one plays out. Okay, so that's ES. Let's move on to the other ones. Dow is not something that I would be playing at the moment because the structure is not that clear. Nasdaq has a similar thing as in ES, where this could be a 3-way structure. It's not as good looking. The structure upwards is not as good looking, so the only one I'd be playing is ES at the moment. Yeah, this is not pretty either. Not quite sure what this is. Not quite sure where this was pulled from. This doesn't seem to be matching much. Not sure on ES, but expecting flat on Nasdaq. It's been running expanding all time frames of late. Nasdaq. Yeah, on bigger picture, you mean this one? I mean, yeah, that is very possible. Very possible, yeah. That point. Yeah, it's the way I've labeled this is quite weird. I would like this being here, just based on the structure, but then this, I don't know how to label this. This is just weird, right? I think on ES we had prettier structure like this as well. Maybe it's some kind of diagonal. Definitely not the easiest counter at the moment going on. Check out Tesla. Oh damn, it really is pumping still. Well, I think it's going through the 2-to-1 extension on this WXY, so we might need to start looking at alternate counts. So what we've been having here is that we've had, is a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, but we have gone up quite a lot. So I'm not quite sure if we want to still have this as the main option. The issue that we are running now is that we started with a 3. Sure, this is really extended here. It might be that maybe it's ended now. It's really extended. Super extended to the 2-to-1 extension. But it's at the all-time highs now. I was expecting it to be done here when we started consolidation. Created diagonal here. But yeah, nice for all the Tesla owners, I guess. I think I'm just gonna wait still for the potential wave 4. Because at the moment it's still very much like a ABC. Like bearish scenario here is decently clear. It's some kind of WXY. Although it's not pretty. We're still like very much of a corrective 3-wave structure right here. The extension targets. But here, on regular scale, we've started to go up way more. The only thing that I'm wondering if can we label this like so, because this is starting to like go up quite a lot. The issue that I have here is that both of these first structures here started with a three wave. Both are in three waves, which with Elliott wave we can't just be labeling that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 somehow 3, 4, 5 in here. Oof. And this again looks more like a 3. Tesla is giving a bit of a headache here. Essentially stacking 1, 2s on YM and RTY, I'm not sure either. Yes, what do you think on Tesla as this being 1 or 5 after ABCDE? Trend has low symmetrical triangles. Oh yeah, you mean this one as a triangle here. Hmm. E. Yeah, that works. That would mean still the bearish alternate, right? That could explain things though. Nice thing to point out, to be honest. Yeah, I did not see that, to be honest. That is for sure a thing to keep in mind. So W, X, Y. And at that point, I guess you could, I mean, this pretty much has to be the midpoint here. Like ABC, some kind of consolidation here, and then maybe ABC. We haven't gotten to like one-to-one territory yet. Yeah, not yet. But this regular time frame, let's see extended if there is some. Well, there's not really other structure here. Even on there. But yeah, good point. That is interesting. Yeah, the thing is, I think we need to be waiting for this one-to-one to be hit on Tesla at least. There is some divergence already in forming just with regular like TA. There was divergence previously as well onto this lower structure here, but and there's like massive divergences here. Yeah, that's nice to see as well. Thanks. We'll keep an eye on Tesla. Meta, this was the account that we've been following. We've been looking for it to create this diagonal in here. I mean, this is super bearish, I have to say. But am I willing to short Meta that has gone up like, let's see, how much is this? 600% since 2022. Oof. Sure, we can see like this divergence is here, which is good. Maybe I would need to find some in here, because this does look like it is like 5. This looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potentially. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we get like a 3-way pullback, let's see, there's volume cluster here. I would expect some kind of like a reversal somewhere in here for sure, and coming back into these areas. Some of these like a let's see if there's like a daily. Ooh, it's not really a daily. Maybe 4 hour. This one here. or even this 1 hour block. You could even use it here. A lot of overlapping things here, which is good. For some reason I don't see the labels of them. Maybe they're here. Okay, yeah, there we go. So these are like a weekly, dailies and weeklies there. They're old. They're already been touched, so they're not the best. But yeah, I'm expecting somewhere in here some kind of reversal. If we want to be bearish, I mean, these are the areas to look for. And then just like, this is just you know, if we want to be super bearish, I don't even know where to pull this to. Right. $618 here. I don't know. There's volume cluster here. 618. Yeah, I don't know. 1 to 20 risk to ratio here. That would be sick, but I don't really want this, because this would be so long of a correction as well. Yeah, we'll see. But I think on Meta, there is definitely risk involved here. There is a pattern potentially ending, so yeah, I wouldn't be investing at least on Meta. I could be completely wrong, but I'm not taking that risk. Betting somewhere else, I would feel like would be the better option. Boeing hasn't come down, create this, and this is just horrible structure anyway. Coinbase came back down. We wanted to create the fifth in here. It went up in here and create that low. At the moment, we have still created a three-way structure, so there is a chance that we are still looking for one more high to create a bit larger of a wave force. So we just shift this here. There is a chance that this pattern is over as well. Apple, yeah, I got wicked out somewhere in here, and now it's just flying. That happens. Oh, Palantir delisted or what? Look at that. We never got the alert. It's like, how much? Like 0.2 cents away? Oh well. Oh well. Yeah, looks like we had two options here. Microsoft. The thing is that we would be looking for a partner leg for this one, unless this is the structure here previous to it. Otherwise, that's it. NVIDIA creating as well a three-way structure down at the moment. This is super ugly. I don't know what this is. Potentially a diagonal, but it's just. The reason why I'm going through this quite fast is because I don't really see a clear structure. What was this about? I can't remember. doesn't even show me like where have I placed this. So annoying that trading view is shifting these, because I don't know what this trade would have been a part of. But yeah, at the moment it kind of looks like 3 wave here. Could be something else where this would be 3, 3, and then 3, and then we would be looking to create this larger structure here, or even from highs. Yeah, if we want to be bullish, these could be the areas to look for longs if we get any kind of retracement here against the low here. Potential setups for sure. Bitcoin, I kind of like this where we are at now. There is a chance on Bitcoin either to create a diagonal here, some kind of 3 wave, where we could be like creating a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a diagonal overall, or where this ABC would be the wave 1 of that diagonal. So there's quite a few options here. Also there's this option here, but then I'm not quite sure how I can be linking up everything, because this would be then 3, I don't know, because this was so prevalent before, this 3, and the thing here is that, let's see actually on higher time frame, did we create a new low? We did actually create a new low. Oh yeah, because this low was not, because the way I have this setup is that it doesn't take into consideration the wicks. It only considers the closes on RSI. So if we have, this whole thing could be a larger wave structure as well. We created a new low here. We had loads of buying signals here in my my indicator, and loads on others. I did buy spot on these lows somewhere around here, and I think there is a chance that we could just add in some here. Before the stream started, I got in on AVAX. We can take a look at that in a bit. But 3 here, 3 here, and then 5 to create some kind of super ugly running flat, right? That is a possibility. For that, then this would be a wave 4 of something, and this would be shifting in here. And this is the most bearish scenario that I had. Or actually the bearish scenario was that this potential diagonal here would be the 5th. That's the bearish scenario, and this would be the start of something new to the downside, right? But again, there is these 1-2s that are possible, that are separated and not a diagonal, right? I think on other, like ETH, for example, this wasn't possible. So it would mean that it was more bullish of a setup. But on all coins, we have come down way further, like so. So let's try to fix the ETH chart that we have. We had a 1-2 here, 3, 4. Ooh, I think this 3 might be someone here actually, because we have gone up. Well, there is a 3 wave here. It's quite small though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And maybe if this is 3, then this would have to be 4. And there is a chance that this is 5 here. But there is also this option. We're super close to all-time highs here on ETH. Now we've dropped like 20% already. But this is kind of bullish of a setup in my opinion. It's more bullish than on ES, where we had this kind of structure, or well, this kind of structure, where it was really possibility of being an expanded flat. Here, if this is an expanded flat, you can see the structure is looking so bad. But that could be just crypto things. Leverage and everything affects it. So the structures are often very much more misleading. Check out some of the other ones. Litecoin is still very much possibility of creating higher highs. This though, this is super large of a retracement, similar to ZIL. Like all the altcoins are creating a really big retracement. Like this is coming down so much, 50% already. Rip. Yeah, it resembles more of a wave 2, to be honest, how much it's already retraced. ABDE, ADBE, and AMD. I think I scrolled through AMD. I had this drawn onto it on AMD. Let's gear this up a bit. Well, I was looking for a potential expander flat, something like this. I'm not quite sure if I like this. This is super bearish, in which case we would have this as a 1, or just an ABC. It's possible that we just continue up, creating these three-way structures, and this is not a diagonal obviously, but instead a 3. So bullishly, we could be thinking that we could be looking for this kind of a WXY here. I'd expect it to come down a bit lower. More confluence down here, lower, $80. That would be quite a drastic change still. But that is one option coming down. In here, we'd be creating something like this. If we want to be super bearish, this would be a wave 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we'd start the journey of 3s, 4s, and 5s, and then we'd be looking to create this larger ABC. But for me, I'm not too excited on this bullishly, because this previous structure to me looks more like a 3. Locally, you could be looking for these kind of pumps, and then looking to get in on them and take profits, right? But a bit longer term, I'm not really super enthusiastic on AMD. ADBE, what is this? Oh, Adobe, okay. I mean, this looks good. This is kind of scary, like on most. This can easily be labeled into some kind of 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, like 3, maybe 3, 4, 5, something like this. This can be easily done like so. And then you could be looking for something like this, 1 to 1. There's not really much there. 1 to 1. There is this area of volume. If I was to look for longs on this, I'd be still waiting and looking to add somewhere in here. But maybe on like not trading but investing more, because this is still quite high. It's the 618 as well, so it's the 6 golden pocket here with the 1-to-1 extension, so and a bit more volume than in like before. So that is definitely an area where I could be looking for setups. The thing here is that this kind of looks like 3 already. It could be finishing. It's like still on these territories. We took liquidity. There's chance, of course, that this whole thing here could be creating this before we come down. But until we come back down into these 3 or lower than 400, I'll add a alert on 400. So then I might be interested in looking for longs. Before that, I'm not really. too enthusiastic about it. Previously here as well, even though this looked like a 5, we took out already the low, so we can't really trust this too much. But hopefully that cleared something up. AVAX. Yeah, I kind of just liked this local structure here, this here, which is why I went long on it against this low here. Oh no, sorry, against this low here. The thing here is that this dump can easily be a wave A, B and C to go lower. But if that does that, there's loads of altcoins here that are doing this exact same pattern, and you would be looking for long somewhere in here against this this low here on that specific altcoin. The thing that I don't like about AVAX is that we never crossed this high. So if we had then we could have labeled this like so. But the thing is that I feel like we have to do something like this now to create this into 3, 4. This is such a drop. This is a 3-wave that looks really like a 3-wave. It looks decent. The only thing is that hit the 1.618, but we got back into a previous area of support, which is good. I like that. And then got a really decent push off from it. We got through a previous order block area, and now we came down and looking for longs here. That is like almost like a textbook setup. The only thing that wasn't textbook is how much we dropped down extension wise. Would have been better in these areas, but again, leveraged market is giving these kind of areas, and we haven't really broken any Elliott wave structure or rules, right? We haven't come back to wave 1 top. The only thing that I don't kind of like is how deep this was. This, I think it was like 50%. Yeah, exactly 50%, which is pretty much the maximum we want to go. If so, yeah. In here as well, like you see that this started with a 3. This comes back to the Tesla thing, where I think we have to sometimes has to just start with 3s. The other way of looking at this is that this would be a 1 2 1 2 1 2, right? Which would be fitting better into Elliott wave. I can't really push this into being A, B, and C, right? That looks just so horrible. No divergence here, so it can't really be a divergence here. This is what I would be looking for in a diagonal. A flat, where if we take out a structure here, these would have divergence. That is much more common. But as this part, meaning this structure, was so powerful, there's no divergence there, because it's so much more powerful, right? So the momentum is keeping up. But yeah, a lot of these coins now are giving this. If we create, again, because this is kind of scary, but I still wanted to look for longs in some of these. But if we do this, I'm still interested. The only thing is that there's not really much here to support on, except like looking for 1-to-1 extensions down. It might be just a hedge idea as well, to look for shorts somewhere in here, just to even it out. Wasn't ADA almost in like 1.5? Not almost. 1.3. And back at 0.9. This skews so much. There we go. Yeah. This is so far from the tops. It would be so hard for me to believe that we are done already. Let's see actually ADA, a bit higher time frame, and on log charts. So again, ADA, daily time frame, 1, 2, potential 1, 2, 1, 2. What fits into this picture is that I really want one more high. This is so pretty, so pretty. 1, some kind of 2, 3, 4, and 5. I would really like that. And then it can dump back down here. And then we can get it up, or scoop it up at 0.5 again. And then we can start, like, at that point we would need to start looking for this third wave here, right? Because if this is like, if this is what anything like this, what we have here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, then, like, yeah, you get the point if you know Elliott wave. The only bearish thing is that, I think these are this right? Yeah. Is that we are right, or we have gone beyond the 1-to-1 extension, which means that is scary, that this could be an ABC as well, or whatever, even if it creates one more high. This is where you could be looking to sell off some of your ADA, I think. And because there is always a chance where this wave 2 is not in place. The bearish scenario is that we have created a 3 wave, or to be creating a 3 wave, and this comes down, take out the low, flush everyone out. This is the real wave 2, right? The only issue with that is that larger degree wave 2 would have taken so much shorter in time. If you see this, 1-to-1 would be here. So this lower degree wave 2 has taken smaller amount of time at the moment, how I've labeled it, which is proper. But again, markets can do this still. But I still have trust in ADA for some reason. And all this shit comes this mid-tier. But yeah, some of these haven't even taken out highs. And these, like cake, this is not really pretty. Like, we have come back to these tops. So there is definitely signs of weakness on some of these. So I wouldn't really go all in anymore, unfortunately. And these dropped so much, so fast. Just in December, the Santa rally flipped on its head. And yeah, what, 15 days? That is bad. That is bad. But yeah, that's pretty much how it is. Ugly XRP chart. But we came down in 3 here, which is positive. We got a reaction. We could be taking out the low again before we one more high, potentially. But I think this run is almost done. Almost done. Check out the total 3 before we go. So what we were expecting previously was some kind of wave 4. And that is exactly what we've actually gotten. A wave 4 of summon. The crypto total market cap, excluding Bitcoin and ETH, so this is total 3. We were looking for a wave 4 of all coins. And that is there. This still gives me hope that there is this last push up into somewhere in January. And once we take out this here, this high, or current high that we created, we have a very good possibility of completing a crypto pattern. Right? Altcoin pattern. And then it would be done. the issue with this, how I've labeled this, is that if you watched the cycle video that I had created, the cycle here on BLX or Bitcoin would end the next or created top somewhere in the September, October area. And that does not really fit into the idea that we would end this chart very soon. Even on Bitcoin here, the chart pattern is coming to an end sooner rather than later, right? And I'm not quite sure I can see it going this far. So I think once we get up a bit more, I think I'm going to start deloading the altcoins. I have to. I don't want to take the risk that I was taking previously when we were seeing a potential pattern here, where I took very little profit and then I just rode through all this, right? Where if I had taken most profits out, I could have just even dollar cost averaged into here, and I would have had so much more on this bull run. So that's what I learned on the last bull run. I need to take profits, and now these are the signals that I should consider at least. Now if we start to come down more, start to break this, I could probably actually set an alert here. Sure. Then we might be in trouble. Might be in trouble where this 3 actually was somewhere here. And we might not get that 5th. But yeah, I think that is pretty much all I have for this week. I think still again one more high. But if you are looking to learn more, you can check out my course on Elliott Wave on Udemy. Requires you to know a bit of Elliott Wave. Requirement is basic knowledge of Elliott Wave theory. So if you don't have that, you can check out my Patreon, where you can find a basics course for Elliott Wave. So again, that's $10 a month. And you can definitely go through that in short amount of time, take notes, and then get back into this. Or you can find the basic knowledge anywhere, but it's in consolidated form and in a course form in the Patreon. So it gives you ways and a step, I guess, or stairway to go through it. But yeah, that's that, and we'll see you again next week, hopefully. Thanks, and bye-bye.